The world's unconventional borders, exploring fascinating border anomalies. The world's borders, which typically demarcate countries, states, territories, counties, cities, and towns, are often clear and well-defined. However, due to historical and geographical factors, some borders around the world are unconventional and interesting. In Derby Line, Vermont, the border between the United States and Canada intersects the city itself. If you stand on one side of the street, you are in Derby Lane, Vermont, while on the other side, you are in Stansted, Quebec. This unique border arrangement, established in the early 18th century, runs through the two towns, making them one cohesive city. In Bosnia, you might assume that the country is landlocked. However, closer inspection reveals a narrow strip of land. Known as the NEOM Corridor, it runs through Croatia and supplies Bosnia with just 12 miles of Adriatic coastline. This unusual border, established by the Treaty of Karlowitz in 1699, allocated land near Dubrovnik, Croatia, to Venice, Italy. The border between France and Switzerland, in the alpine village of Lacour, passes directly through the Arabs Hotel. Guests of l'Arboisie Franco-Suisse have the unique opportunity to experience two countries at once, as the hotel is located on the border between France and Switzerland. The construction of the building dates back to the period 1862 to 1863, when Napoleon III modified the borders between the two countries. He passed it through land owned by a French citizen named Pontassar. The border between Barle-Nassau in the Netherlands and Barle-Hertog in Belgium is one of the most complex in the world. It makes its way through the Dutch city, creating Belgian enclaves, and parts of the land completely surrounded by the Netherlands. Interestingly, some of these Belgian enclaves also contain Dutch enclaves. Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world, is located on the border between China and Nepal, making it home to the highest international border in the world. The border runs directly across the summit, allowing climbers to ascend the mountain from both sides. Northwest Angel, Minnesota, is a unique geographic anomaly, accessible only across Canada, by boat, or by floatplane. This small community, with a population of about 120, is the only part of the contiguous United States north of the 49th parallel. A mapping error by early explorers led to the creation of the northwest corner. It borders the Canadian provinces of Manitoba and Ontario and is isolated from the rest of Minnesota by Lake of the Woods. Pheasant Island, located in the Bidasoa River between southwestern France and northeastern Spain, has changed ownership more than 700 times. This 2-acre island is devoid of permanent residents and usually off-limits to visitors. It witnesses government representatives from both countries meeting twice a year to transfer ownership. The island symbolizes peace and neutrality, as its ownership was determined by rotation by the Treaty of the Pyrenees in 1648, after the end of the 30 Years' War. Pheasant Island is a unique example of condominium, an area shared by two separate nations simultaneously.